So guys, not quite the best performance from us today. What was your thoughts on overall performance?
Yeah, I thought first half sort of dominated possession a little bit, not quite penetrated the final third that we wanted to. But I thought we were comfortable in possession. I don't think they really threatened anything in our defensive third. So I think we really should have sort of been 2 or 3 up at half time and probably game to bed really.
I just think we've created a lot of possession. We've created a lot of sort of half chances where we've got in and around their box and maybe chose to shoot when we should have passed and chose to pass when we should have just gone on our own. I think we've got to start. There's been a couple of games now where we've had good possession. The Fisher game, first game of the season, we've had a lot of possession in good areas, and we're just not having that end product. And it will come; those are positives. But the games like today, where you give a team like that a chance to stay in the game, and eventually one's going to fall for them, and it has.
Yeah, obviously Dan, touching back on your bit about us keeping scoring more goals. What do you think our forwards' performance was today?
Yeah, I mean, Geffy's quite obviously been on holiday for 2 weeks, hasn't he? I mean, that screamed that. We maybe left him on, knowing that the game was sort of going down to penalties, and having known Geff quite a while, we know that he can score a penalty. Obviously, that's backfired on us today, but obviously put Richard on late on as well. So, could we have changed it earlier? Could we have mixed it up? Yeah, maybe we could have. But hindsight is a wonderful thing.
Yeah, and obviously, could we use more subs? And do you reckon in the game earlier on in the second half when we saw ourselves slipping away a little bit?
Yeah, it was a difficult one because it's obviously only got 3 we can use today, as opposed to the 5 in the league. So it's sort of finding that fine balance of when to use them, how to use them. Also, as it went 1-1, we then knew penalties were looming without extra time straight to penalties. So then again, like I'm saying all this and it's backfired. It made it look a bit silly, but we've got to bear in mind players that we feel are sort of more suited to taking a penalty kick than others. So yeah, again, hindsight, we maybe should have and could have changed things a little bit earlier and freshened things up for sure.
Yeah, and obviously back in the kind of first half and a bit in the second half, there's a lot of bodies from the defence going in, and we kind of stood quite strong. And it wasn't quite the goal came from more of an upfield error, didn't it? Yeah,
I think I think defensively we've looked fairly solid all season. In the games that we've played, there's been even the Three Bridges performance. I think it came down to the fact that they were a lot more clinical than us. We haven't really had a game where we've been backs against the wall and had to be clearing balls off the line. But yeah, I think it's like I said. I go back to if you give teams like that haven't had a lot of possession, they've had to work hard all day, especially the first half, and you don't take your chances. You give them the opportunity to stay in the game, and look, Lela's hit a 30-yard strike that he's going to hit 1 in 20. Just pick Dan's top corner out. But look, like I said, it shouldn't be getting that far. It should be. We've got to start when we're in the ascendancy, start taking our chances and picking teams off and making the right decisions when we've got the ball in good areas. But
we said after the game, in football you have to score when you're on top, and we had periods and spells of the game where we were on top and we just failed to score, and unfortunately it does, and it has bitten us in the backside.
Yeah, obviously quickly turn around to another game on Wednesday. We haven't really training in much, but what's your plans to kind of make ourselves better for the next game? Yeah,
look, we've just chatted about that. Do we get the boys in on Monday or Tuesday? I know it's bank holiday weekend, but ultimately no player can moan if we call them in over the bank holiday weekend, because that was not good enough, and that is not a standard that we as management set for the players. So yeah, it's a decision that we're going to make on the way home. The 4 of us as coaching staff are in the same vehicle on the way home, and it's a decision that we will make. And yeah, ruins our own weekends, but that has ruined my weekend, so that's the least of my worries. So we'll make the right decision, and we'll certainly rock up at Sittingbourne's ground to play against Canterbury on Wednesday, ready to go, and a reaction and a performance is absolutely required and will be in order.
Okay, well, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys.